here. Nice one. Oh, all right, guys. Welcome to my channel. And to be honest, I'm so happy to see you guys here. This channel, you might think is about gaming. Nah, it's not about gaming. I'm going to teach you guys how to be a very good software engineer, just using all the skills that I've learned. But guess what? I'm going to make it so simplified and so summarized for you. Everything I've learned in years, I'm going to make it so simple for anybody to grasp. And guess what? We're going to be learning how to use AI to actually make you be a very good software engineer. You're going to push clean code. You're going to debug codes like never before, like you're just a superhero, to be honest. And guess what? You don't even need to be like very experienced or even have any idea of anything that I'm actually doing. All I just need you to do is just to concentrate and just follow my steps that I'm going to show you. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. So before we begin, it's very important that you have a cup of coffee by your desk or any beverage of your choice that you like to just pass away the time, because this is just going to be so relaxing, so enjoyable, so much fun, to be honest, that you'll be so impressed that, oh my God, am I actually doing all of these things by myself? To be honest, it's quite amazing. So cheers, and let's have a sip of coffee. And yeah, oh, before I forget, say hello to my friend here. This is Raul. He's from Street Fighter. Actually, Hadouken. He's going to be our coding buddy. He's just going to be here next to me, just, giving us pointers. Oh my God, bro, just stay here. Just here. Okay. Yeah, he's right here. He's going to be with us. So yeah, let's dive in. So first things first, we are going to, first of all, learn the easiest way to go about this. Let's start by getting your computer set up with the tools that you need to actually achieve what we need to achieve right now. The first tool you need in order for us to achieve what we need to achieve right now is VS Code. VS Code is basically, call it like an IDE. VS Code is an IDE, actually. Let me not say call it like an IDE. VS Code is an IDE. An IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. But don't really get so hung up on the so much big words and everything. Picture an IDE more or less like a playground where you can just go and write your code, test out different features, and run your code. That's basically what an IDE is. Not too much talk about it. Simple, easy, and plain. And for you to easily just get your IDE set up, all you just simply need to do is just head over to code.visualstudio.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description for you guys to just click on it. It's very easy, and just install it for the different, depending on your OS that you're using. Either you're using Mac or you're using Windows, they have the different versions of the software available for you. Easy, download, you have that hooked up. Bam, you've done step one. Step one is already set. Easy peasy like that. So the next step now is for us to choose what Copilot agent we're going to use in order to write our code, debug, review, and also think like a software engineer. And this is where AI comes into play. There are different AI tools out there. There is Codex, there is Cloud Code, there is Grok. There are so many out there. But for my own workflows, but depending on any workflows, you can choose any AI tool that you need. It's all fine and good. Everything I'm still going to teach you is still going to work the same way for every AI tool you're going to use. So for this tutorial, I'll be using Codex. Codex has been a tool I've been using for a very long time. It's quite very easy to use, it's very intuitive. I do like the features firsthand, especially Codex Cloud as well too. And let me not just dive deep into all of these technical jargons, to be honest. Don't worry, as you keep going through my channel and all the videos I'm dropping, I'm going to be touching all of the different features of Codex as we move along. But right now, we're just going to keep it simple, and let's get your first app up and running, to be honest. So next thing you need to do is to install Codex. To install Codex is very simple. All you simply need to do is to head over to developer.openai.com. Actually, it's OpenAI that owns Codex. And for the tool we're going to be using is specifically for this, actually, we're going to be using Codex CLI. Now, CLI stands for Command Line Interface. Now, picture a command line interface more or less like, you know, the way you want to, for instance, open an app on your phone. You click on the application, it opens a very nice user interface. You can see the different pictures, the songs, and everything. That is normal GUI. It's called the graphical user interface. Now, a CLI is more or less like breaking it down to the nitty-gritty, whereby you're not actually interacting with anything visual. You're basically writing command to your computer takes the command directly and executes it. The reason why I'm going through this route is because of actually giving your computer direct commands is much more faster than going through a user interface, because going through a user interface, there is just a whole lot of things that happens in the back door. You know, the lot of APIs need to be called to convert, to understand what you're actually saying, to break it down to the bare minimum computer language that you could actually understand to execute it. But using a CLI, you're just directly giving the computer instructions and it's just executing it just like that. So to install Codex is as simple as possible. Let's start by going back to VS Code. Let's go back. So heading back to VS Code here, as you can see, anytime you open VS Code for the first time, you're going to be greeted with this window. This window right here is the first point you're going to see in your VS Code. Don't be scared about it. Don't worry, you're going to really master it little by little. The main aim of this channel here is to teach you how to easily run these steps easily as possible, and you can keep growing from there. So the number one thing we need here is you need to have a project. Everything you need to do, even if you want to edit a video, you want to start writing the notes in your notes app, you need to create somewhere like a project, like a folder, or somewhere where that stuff you're working on is going to be stored. That's basically what I'm just talking about here. We need to actually create a folder for this project. So all you simply need to do is just go to open. You can just do on my MacBook, I could just do Command O. On Windows, you can just do Control O. That's all, and it just opens up. So any directory of your choice, you can create a folder. I'm just going to create a folder here, and I'm gonna call this folder my first app. Simple. So I save that, and it's gonna pop up on my desktop right now. My first app is open. So now I'm just gonna open my first app right here, and VS Code automatically has opened up my first app. Do I trust this? Yep, no problem. Allow, and yes, that is it. Simple as that. So now we have done the first major step, which is creating our folder for our project. So the next thing now for us to do is to install Codex CLI. To install Codex CLI, just follow the steps here. Head over to your VS Code, and before I do that, I need to just have one sip of my coffee again. Wow, that's so good. All right, let's head into this. So we head over to the top section here. Obviously, right now, what I'm using for this tutorial is my Mac machine. It could differ depending on the operating system you're using, but every process I'm following here is still the same process. So all you simply need to do is to navigate to your terminal on your VS Code. So on Mac, you just simply move over to the menu section at the top, and I click on terminal, then I click on new terminal. Good. Now, once I do that, as you can see here, I have a new terminal that is over here. This is where my CLI is going to live, in this section here. Now, how we're going to do this now? Let us install Codex. So now let's go back to our Codex page here. And as you can see, we have two methods to install Codex. We have the method using npm, and we have the method using homebrew. So these are two different methods you could use. npm is a node and framework. Homebrew is also a different framework itself. So these are very easy ways to just install. If you don't have Node installed on your system, I will leave a link in the description where you can be able to simply install Node on your system and just get it up and running. So if you have Node installed, simple. If you don't want to use Node, which is the npm framework to actually install Codex, you could also use Homebrew. Homebrew, if you don't have Homebrew installed on your system as well too, I will also leave a link to the command that you could just put on your terminal and installs Homebrew. So once you have this environment already set up, it's very easy. No need to even overthink it. There are lots of tutorials out there for how you can even install Node and you can install Homebrew on your computer. There are lots of tutorials out there. So once you have that already installed, all you simply need to do is to follow the steps here. Simple. You just copy this code right here, which is npm ig, which is this. You head over to your terminal and you head over on VS Code and you simply paste it and you run the code. So I'm not going to run this code again because I already have Codex installed on my machine already. So by the time you run this, it's going to go through an installation process. You're going to see a lot of lines of code just going in, just allow it to play out. And if you're waiting for too long, I would just advise that you take that sip of your coffee or your beverage that you have at hand, wait for it to finish, and you're good to go. So once that is done, all you simply need to do now is to go through the next step, as you can see on my screen, which is to just go ahead and put command Codex in your VS Code. So I'm just going to put Codex here. And once I do that, run the code. As you can see, Codex pops up. So you're going to see this. You are running Codex in this directory, as you can see. Since this folder is not version controlled, we recommend require approval for all edits and commands. Good. So now this is basically Codex just telling us that, okay, fine, this is a new folder. It doesn't have rights to actually do a lot of stuff. So in that folder, should we give it access to do all those things? For sure. So now all you can simply do, you have the first option, which is allow Codex to work in this folder without asking for approvals, or you can go the second route, require approvals for edits and commands. So all what Codex is just simply telling you here is one, if you give Codex a command and you want it to run with full autonomy to run those commands for you and run those approvals for you, go ahead and go with the first step. But if you want to be able to at least see what Codex is doing and approve it before implementing it, you go through the second steps, requires edits. So it means that Codex, before it makes any changes, is going to prompt and give you like a simple notification. Okay, I want to make these changes right now for you. Should I go ahead? You give it permission to do that, and it goes ahead and does that. So in this case right now, for us to have a much more faster development timeline, I'm just going to go with the first option, which is allow Codex to work with these folders without asking for approvals. But that is if you want to actually just work real fast, you're not working on a much more complex project. But if you're working on a project that is very technical, I will always advise that you go with the second option. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to go with the first option. Good. So as you can see, Codex is now initializing right now. So apparently I do have a couple of MCP servers that are installed on this my Codex CLI, and it's trying to reach out for that. In your own case, it's not going to be the same thing. Since you're new installing Codex on your terminal, it's going to ask you to log into your ChatGPT account, so which is operated by OpenAI. For you to be able to use Codex, you must have a ChatGPT plan, either the Plus plan or the Pro plan. They come with Codex, and the prices are quite very accommodative, to be honest. So once you have that already, all you simply need to do is that once you run Codex, it will just prompt you to log into that account that already has a ChatGPT account subscription on it. Simply log in, you're good to go, and it will bring you over to this section here. Now guys, we are already logged into our system. You have already set up VS Code. VS Code is up and running. Congratulations. You have also installed Codex CLI. Congratulations. And you already have your coffee by your side. You're sipping your coffee. You're feeling good. or whatever beverage you're sipping. Congratulations. So now let's head into building our first app. But before we start that, because as I said, I want to make this very easy as possible for anybody to grasp. I'm going to give you my own take on different prompts that you will have as more or less like your foundation in order for you to build on any AI, using any AI tool. And I will leave them also in the description as well. But it all starts with one. I broke them down into this factors here. So one, we need to be able to give your AI tool the prompt for planning. 2, scaffolding. 3, to teach. 4, to debug. And 5, to refactor. Don't worry about all of these things. We're going to break it down when you start seeing the prompts I'm giving you right now. So now, let us start with the first code here, which is 1. We're going to start with this, which is the first one to plan to build our application right now. Now we're going to build a simple greeting bot. It's a very, very simple greeting bot we're going to build. Something just very easy peasy for you to just see how powerful to use these tools for you to actually be a very good software engineer. So just start with 1. Let's start with the first prompt here. I'm going to start with the first prompt here. It has to do with planning. I'll just copy my prompt here. Right? Come over to Codex. Good. Nice. So now, my first prompt goes like this. Act like a senior engineer. Ask me 3 questions. Then give me a beginner-friendly step-by-step plan. Do not write any code yet. That is it. So now, basically, what we're just trying to do for this is basically 1, I am already initializing to the AI tool to actually take a persona. A persona is basically like, okay, fine, you're a software engineer, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a doctor, I have those skill sets already. So I'm giving this AI tool right now to actually take up a persona. Persona of a software engineer, simple and short. Then, now that I've given it this foundation, now I'm now going to tell it what I need to build. So as you can see, act like a senior software engineer, ask me 3 questions, then give me a beginner-friendly step-by-step plan. Do not write any code. Good. Then I'll go ahead and say, the project I want to build is a simple greeting bot that when I put in my name and age, it will simply greet me with whatever time of day it is with my name. Simple. Now, let's do this. Watch the magic happen as I hit and enter. Now, as you hit enter, you simply just grab yourself that coffee again. It's already done. Simple, like that. I said, great. I will act like a senior engineer. First, 3 questions. 1, where should this greeting bot run? That's a very good question. That is A, web page in the browser, a command line script, or a mobile app. You can see how far it's thinking for you. Then 2, what time of day role do you want? E.g., is it morning, afternoon, evening, night? And the hour range. That's a very good one. 3, do you want the greeting to show your age too, or just your name? Once you answer, I will give a beginner-friendly step-by-step plan. Simple and short. So now, let's start by answering the first question. So I'm just going to answer it. So just say, okay, number 1, it says, okay, where do I want this greeting to happen? So for the case of this tutorial, as I said, this is more or less like our beginning class. As we keep advancing in this channel, we're going to actually do some more deep dives and see how we create some more complex and interesting applications. But for now, we're just going to use our command line to just run this application. Something real quick, real fast, so that we can actually see how powerful these tools are. Okay, So I'm just going to say, okay, fine. Would you, okay, let's go with the first one. So I want it to be a command line script. So for number one, I'll just say command line script so that I can just run it in the terminal real quick and we can just have that going. 2. So let's go for 2. So 2, what time of day rule do you want? So let's go with the normal time of day. I'll just say, let's go with normal greetings like good morning, afternoon, etc. Good. So that is fine. And the hour range. So we don't really necessarily need the hour range. So we can just leave that out. Just say leave out the hour range. But if you want that added, that's still fine. That's all in your preference. So now let's go to 3. So 3 said, do you want the greeting to show your age too or just your name? Let me just leave just my name. That's fine. Just my name. Cool. So we hit enter again. Take out a sip of coffee again. Voila, it's done. Okay, so we can see, great. A beginner-friendly step-by-step plan for the command line greeting bot. Simple. Choose a language for the script. Good. It's already telling you what programming language you use. Now, do you remember when I said you don't necessarily need to know any programming languages for you to actually learn my course? Now you can see that in full swing here. So easy peasy here is always saying, what programming language do you want to write the script? Do you want it done in JavaScript? Do you want it done in Node.js? Do you want it done in Python? That's one. Set up a single file in your project folder, e.g. greeting.js, greeting.py, that's fine. Read user inputs from terminal for name and age. Good, that's nice. Get the current time from system clock, nice, and decide the greeting. That's good. Print the greeting using the user's name and the time of day and the phrases. Run it in terminal and test a few times at different times of day. If you want, tell me which language you prefer and I will guide you through the next steps for that setup. Nice. So as you can see, what I'm trying to show you guys here is this one. I want you guys to properly understand this when you're using AI to actually build. One, an AI is it's a tool. As you see from the beginning of this video, I've always been saying the AI is a tool. Use it as a tool. It's not meant to actually build out your whole project. Nah, that is taking things too far, to be honest. You need to use it as a tool. Break your processes into different phases. Now, this is how I'm actually making you guys to think like a software engineer. A software engineer has a problem, or let's say have a project. They don't just look at it holistically. They actually break it down into bite-sized pieces. I need to build, let us say, a ride booking app. We break it down into smaller chunks, build them out in phases, and bring them all together. That is how a software engineer works, and that's how you run code. Now, thinking as a software engineer, that is what I'm trying to show you here using AI. Now, I'm using AI as a tool, not only to build out this system for you, but at the same time, using it to actually teach you so that you can be able to think like a software engineer. So as you can see now, it has given you a plan. And this is a plan for how you can be able to break down this whole project of a greeting bot that I want to just build into a small chunk for you to build. So now all we just simply need to do now is to start the foundation. What language do you want to build this in and everything. So now let's build out this project now. So I'm going to build it as a Python. So build this project out for me in Python. That's one. Good. Now set up a single file. Good. Let's set up a single file to run this. That's one. Then already get the current time and day. The current time and day. and day from my machine, which is my computer. That's fine and good. Then give me the command to run it in terminal to test. Simple as that. So now I've already laid out the instructions of what my AI should do for me to build out this project so that we can test it. So now, as you can see, we're about to build out our first project, and we have systematically broken down everything, and we have a plan in which we are going to execute this now. So I'll hit enter, and again, another round of coffee. While we wait, it's going to take some time. Build it out. As you can see, it's already reasoning, following the steps that it has actually created for this project, step by step, checking the directory, and it's going to start building it out. It's going to take a little bit of time, but not that long. That's the reason why I said this. My videos, you always need to have a beverage with you. A cup of coffee would be actually nice, or anything. While we wait. All right, as you can see, it has already created the greetingbot.py. Nice. Our project is ready. So as you can see, it has created a single file Python CLI greet bot that prompts for name and age. Nice. Reads the current time and day from your machine and prints appropriate greeting. The script is in greet underscore bot.py with a small helper to map the hours. Nice. So run this in terminal. Nice. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We also have the commands to run in terminal. So now what we're going to do to run this in terminal, we already have one terminal already open already. All we simply need to do, we need to open another terminal. So I'm just going to come to this plus button here, and I'm just going to click on this drop down here, and I'll say new terminal. So, and I have another terminal here. As you can see, Codex is still in that terminal there, still working perfectly fine. And I have another terminal here. Perfect. So good. So the first thing it says that I should go to the directory where that my file is, which is my first app. And as you can see already, my terminal is already in that folder, my first app. Then all I simply need to do is just to take this, my command here. As you can see, Python, run this command right here and let us run our application. So if I paste that in there and hit enter, as you can see, it's asking me what is my name. So I'm just going to put my name here. Rex is my name. I hit enter. Next, what is my age? My age, I'm going to say, you guys now want to know my age now. Okay, no problem. 32. All right. So as you can see, good afternoon, Rex. Happy Saturday. And that is it, guys. Simple as that. You have built out your first application, not even knowing how to code, not even knowing how to even set up VS or Codex CLI before this, and you have built out your first application. Simple as that. Now, you can even run it again and try different things again too. So let's run it again. I'm just going to say, okay, what is my name now? I'm just going to put in, Chinedu. Good. Then my age, I'm going to put in, okay, 45. Good afternoon, Chinedu. Happy Saturday. Nice. Good. So just a little curveball I'm going to give you guys at the end of this lesson right now. So now let us try to trick the system. Now this is me trying to introduce you guys into debugging, how to actually think critically as a software engineer. So now let's look at this right now. Let us run this code again. Ask me what is my name. Fine. I put in my name here. I'm just putting my name, Rex. I hit enter. Ask me what's my age. Now I'm going to throw it a curveball right now. Instead of putting my age there, I'm just going to put a name there. I'll still put in Rex again. Now, you see what happens? It says, good afternoon, Rex. Happy Saturday. That is fine. Now, the reason why it's still greeting me is because of the fact that we didn't actually tell the AI to actually consider the age when printing out the message. So it's not necessarily checking the age. Apparently, it's only checking the name. So let us make our code to handle this issue better. So let's go back to Codex again and let's give it this command here. Right. So now when prompting, which is one thing I want you guys to understand in prompting, picture prompting as if you're talking to an assistant that is working with you. Like you're talking to somebody, reasoning and thinking with you. That's the way you need to always factor it when you're talking, when you're prompting, actually. So now I'm going to be like, nice work. Nice work. The code runs, but I want it to consider the age function. Good. So when a wrong value is placed in the age section, it throws an error. Now, this is me introducing you to proper debugging and error handling. So now let's give it this command right now. And again, have this sip of coffee again. All right, you can see it's actually working. Beautiful. So updated, written bot to validate age, input, exit with an error if isn't a whole number. Nice. Run it again. So now we have fixed this code. We have actually added some error handling into it right now. So now let's go back to our code right now, and we're going to run this command again. So I'm going to run it again. It's going to ask me for my name. I'm going to put my name again. And ask me for my age. Now my age, I'm still going to put my name again. Now, if you remember before, when we ran it before, it still told me, it still greeted me, good afternoon, and or whatnot. But right now, let's run it again and let's see what happens. Good. As you can see, now we're getting an error. We're getting an error now stating that age must be a whole number. That is simple error handling. Right now, you can see you're thinking critically right now. You're adding error handling to your code. You're making your builds actually understand what is meant to be there. And that is basically the basics of software engineering. Easy like that. Thinking critically. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end of our video right now. I know you guys want me to keep going. I could go all day on this, but because for time, you have to get back to this. And again, I had a game I was playing. I need to just hop back on Warzone again and give those people what they're actually expecting. But more videos like this are coming. If you really, really do like this video, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you can actually get more videos like this. I'll be dropping a lot of this. I'll be dropping it like over the weekends so that you can be able to learn with me as we're actually building cool stuffs. And I'll be leaving a lot of the tools that I used in the description as well. So they're just easy for you to just click on it and just get your whole system all set up and you're good to go, to be honest. It's easy, it's flawless, and it will open your mind to lots of possibilities. Imagine the things you can build. Imagine the ideas that were in your head that you wanted to just bring down and just get it out there. Now you can. Now you can. Easy. And it all starts with you just starting today. So hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.